And as of now, we know that a microbiome impacts digestion, immunity, and even mental well-being.
Yeah, it can. I mean, there's definitely strong evidence that that is the case, as well as just the one of the major nerves in the body, the vagal nerve, goes directly
Yes.
from sampling all over your intestinal space directly into the brain. So we know that there are strong and tight links between your gut and your brain. And information goes both ways, which is
Mm-hmm.
super interesting,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So it's always interesting whether your brain is controlling your gut or your gut is controlling your brain. And as
Yes.
someone who, I think about this whenever I get hungry. Is that me actually ordering up the food, or is it my bacteria that are telling me to get on it?
Yes, for example, when we crave sugar, it doesn't mean we crave sugar in our obviously brain. It may be our bacteria crave those sugar and even processed food and even junk food because they survive, they thrive when we feed them with junk food, with sugar. Candida, for example, thrive on sugar. And sometimes it's not like you are always hungry. It's sometimes like your unhealthy microbiome and those fungi, yeast, viruses, they crave junk food. Is it correct? What do you think?
Yeah, so it certainly seems to be the case. I mean, some of our empirical work on making changes to the gut microbiota has shown that it can take on the order of weeks to months to make a dent in really changing that. And I think we've all done things like I have a food that I really crave, but when I go on a diet, that craving suddenly starts to go away. And by the time I've eaten healthy for a long time, I don't crave that anymore. But then you kind of backslide, and all of a sudden the cravings return. And so it could well be that, as you were saying, the need for those high sugar, high fat diets comes from the requests from your bacteria that are used to getting high sugar, high fat, and making fundamental changes to your gut can actually change that. The other part you mentioned was inflammation. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that is incredibly important because some of the scientific work we're doing around the state of the immune system as being driven by
Mm-hmm.
bacteria in the gut.
70% of our immunity is in our gut, right? In our
Yes, I
gut
mean
microbiome.
those numbers definitely get passed around. And so if you look at it though, and you say, right, when we look at the GutID test and we see it's very rare for healthy people to have large quantities of E. coli in their gut, very
Mm-hmm.
rare. But we
Mm-hmm.
see it in inflammatory conditions like IBS or colitis or Crohn's
Mm-hmm.
disease, where just vast quantities of E. coli have now started growing in the gut. And we can see those create chemicals called lipopolysaccharides, and those LPS lipopolysaccharides leave the gut and they can be distributed through the bloodstream across your entire your entire blood system. And so the fact that we have some of these proteobacteria elevated in some of these disease states is incredibly interesting from a scientific side because you can't control your genetics, right? Your genetics are locked, but you
Yeah.
can control your bacteria. That's something
And
you have control over. And so
mm,
if you have a genetic predisposition to some of these diseases, you can potentially seek to control those responses by controlling your bacterial complement better.
yeah, I like what you are saying because while DNA blueprint is fixed, we still can influence our epigenetic expression and everything, absolutely everything influences our expression of our genes from our thoughts to our nutrition and of course our microbiome. Thank you so much for this explanation. It was so interesting to dive deep into connection between our gut health and overall well-being and longevity. And we are excited to have you with us at the Ultimate Wellness Conference at Faena Forum in Miami Beach on September 26, 27, 28. Transformative 3-day conference, amazing weekend where our guests will be able to learn from the best experts on gut health, hormonal balance, mental health, and will be learning from inventors of health tech and biotech innovations. And also, they will have opportunity to explore devices and eco-friendly products. And our conference is so different from many other conferences because at our beautiful, iconic location, Faena Forum, we provide immersive experiences such as spiritual meditation, sound healing with the orchestra. We even have kids lounge, so you can come with all your family and enjoy not only this business development and making connections with potential partners, but also it provides a great retreat for all your family. And welcome. Use promo code GutID to purchase your ticket at ultimatewellness.miami/forum. And I also want to remind that we have special offer for our community on GutID test. Please use promo code Ultimate Wellness for a special discount for our community. Thank you so much for this promotion, and thank you for helping us empower our community with such great tool for assessment and for having these actionable insights on our microbiome, then we can manage and see results on retesting. So, yeah.
Thank you, Julia, so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to come on your podcast.